welcome you to our Mastermind webinar, our first one in 2017. My name is 𝗕𝗎𝗓𝗏. I am the founder and head trainer at mastermindwebinars.com. And this webinar is also provided by LeadRecruiter Pro. We are going to go over that system as we go over, like I like to start these webinars where I go over 5 different things and then get into the meat of the webinar, which are mindset, personal development and wellness, business management and marketing skills, business management and marketing tools, which we will be looking at LeadRecruiter Pro for that, and lead generation and lead conversion, the 2 most important things to succeed in any business. I don't care what you're doing. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've helped create hundreds of thousands of leads online, created from online resources, lead capture pages and stuff like that will go through article marketing, content marketing, and have generated tens of millions of dollars in online sales. You can learn more about me on my LinkedIn profile. If you want to, just click here and you go to my LinkedIn profile and you will learn more about who I am and what I've been doing and why you should pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay. Right now, I'm actively a partner and co-founder in multiple companies. A couple of them I'm consulting for are doing millions of dollars a year in sales. And then we are now ramping up a couple startups that I'm involved in, and we're starting to ramp them up, and they're doing tens and tens of thousands. They'll take that to hundreds of thousands, and then from there we will take that. Let me go ahead and shut this down real quick. Okay. And we'll take it from hundreds of thousands to millions per month. Okay. So you always start with the hundreds per month, then the thousands per month, then the tens of thousands per month, then the hundreds of thousands per month, and then the millions a month. And I've done this. I've been involved in hundreds of business projects over my 20 years experience, and I've done this dozens of times, okay? And every single one of these companies, regardless of what their niche was, meaning what their market was, we've been successful when we have applied the principles that we teach here on the Mastermind webinars, okay? So again, you can hit up my LinkedIn profile, take a look, see what companies I'm involved in. As far as my traditional businesses, I'm involved in traditional businesses. This system that I'm going to show you and what I'm teaching here can be used for any kind of business, whether it's a home-based business or it's a traditional business or it's any kind of business. You can utilize what we're teaching here and the tools that we're going to show you, or you should find tools similar somewhere for your business, okay? So first thing I want to talk about is mindset. I want to give you a little story about myself. I got out of high school, went into the military, got out of the military, got involved in manufacturing, was a production worker in a company called Crane Plumbing, which did bathtubs, sinks, toilets, all that. We manufactured those. Became the #1 production worker in that company, became a floor supervisor, and took my department to the most productive department in that company, and then went on to run other companies over a period of up until 1994, and I'll get into that. But every company I went into, I did preventive maintenance on the equipment, and I motivated the people with the right mindset and got into personal growth and into wellness, which we're going to go over here a little bit. And every single time, the results were the same. It improved productivity, quotas doubled, tripled, quadrupled, quality control went through the roof, and it happened every single time, and I applied the same exact principles. Then in 1994, I fell and slipped on ice. I hurt myself. I actually became disabled. They wanted to put a morphine pump in my side, drip it on my spinal cord, and said that I would be bound to a wheelchair. And in the cold weather, I would be bound to the bed. And that was not what I wanted to hear. That was not what I was going to live. I was not going to live that life. And now I personally, with my businesses, I make multiple 6 figures a year. and I got off of Social Security disability, which I was on because of the disability, because I drove myself with my mindset that I would not allow that to be my destiny, that I would not be laying in bed, that I would not be in a wheelchair, that I would not have a morphine pump pumping morphine on my spinal cord. Okay? So your mindset is critical in your business success. No matter what, your mindset, you need to be positive about yourself, you need to speak positivity about yourself, and you need to speak positivity about your business. There will always be obstacles that you will have to overcome. Failure is part of success. The difference between people that succeed and people that never succeed is people that succeed understand that failure is part of success. So they don't get what I would say overwhelmed and engulfed in failure. They learn from it, they make modifications, they make optimizations, and they move forward. People that fail and never succeed, they get wrapped up in their failure, and they think it's the end of the world. Nothing is the end of the world for you until you're put 6 feet under, okay? Then hopefully you're going to a better place. But you can't look at it. Your mindset, and hopefully most of you have a positive mindset on this webinar today, but a lot of people don't. I've been a consultant for 20 years for different businesses, and I went into a business with a guy that's worth $20 million, and I, got hired to come in, and we took that company from 40 sales a month to 810, and then when I left, it went to thousands a month just because of what we set up technology-wise. When I first came there, and this was a very successful man that had some things happen because he was at the right place at the right time and had the right team, but all I heard him talking was negativity about his business. And I said to him, how are you going to think this thing's going to succeed if all you're doing is talking negative? It's not going to happen. If all you do is curse your business and curse yourself with your words, you're not going to succeed, okay? No successful person, no millionaire, no one making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, no one making millions of dollars a year, no one making billions of dollars a year or worth billions, they're not sitting there tearing themselves down and tearing their company down. Now, they might talk about employees, and unfortunately some of those things might be negative, and they might talk about certain things, that failures that they have to fix, but their outlook in life is positive. It's, I can do anything that I set my mind to, and that's got to be your mindset. And we all struggle with it, but you got to be aware of it, and you got to move forward with developing a positive mindset with I can do anything attitude, period. Along with that comes personal development, which you can plug in pretty much for free on Twitter or Facebook to some of the best personal development people on the planet. You can get their newsletters, you can get their emails, you can read their blog posts, you can read their posts on Facebook, their Twitter, and you can utilize that information without paying anything and increase that area of your life. You always should be working on evolving personal development. And again, mindset goes with that, but mindset to me is the most important thing, because if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to do the personal development, okay? So you have to have the right mindset. But personal development is critical. I read at least 1 to 2 books a month. I spend my time absorbing positive information that can help me personally or help my business. I don't get drawn in to talking about rumors about people, talking negative about people. And I have a couple people that I follow on personal development myself, people that I love and have been following for decades, okay? So you've got to resonate with someone. If you don't have anyone, look around for someone that can inspire you and has great ratings online. The great thing about the internet is you can see what someone's doing. You can see the reviews on them. You can see the ratings on them, and you can choose somebody that you relate to, and then start implementing things that they're teaching for free. Because anyone, even like these mastermind webinars, we give away this for free. And anyone that's good at what they do are giving away unbelievable content for free, okay? And we're going to talk about that today also. So personal development is key, okay? Ongoing. Until the day you get put into the grave, you should be evolving, you should be growing, you should be doing personal development. Next thing is wellness. Wellness is critical because if you have a very successful, you have a positive mindset, you got that down, even though that's an everyday thing. You got the personal development going on, and you don't have the wellness side, then you can gain all this money and gain all this time freedom and gain whatever you want to gain, and then you're sick and dying because you're not taking care of your temple, your body, okay? Very, very important with my, and I don't want to give it strength, but with my situation that happened in 1994, before that I used to go to the gym, I worked out, and now unfortunately, there are some limitations there physically, always hoping for a miracle, but I'm on no medication. I mean, people with my situation are loaded with medication. They're loaded up, and I'm not, okay? So, again, anything that you set your mind to, you can do, and wellness is the reason that I'm not on all this medication because I use supplementation, I do alkaline water, I take vitamins, I take minerals, I take omegas, I take stuff for my cardiovascular health. I would rather spend my money on wellness-related stuff that I have verified to be top-notch than going and buying McDonald's or going and buying Burger King or going to 7-Eleven and getting candy. I have done redistribution of my money, and I've been doing this since 2008, and have purchased things that are going to be a positive effect on my overall wellness, not a negative. And again, mindset and personal development help your overall wellness because the less stressed out you are, the less negative you are, the better your overall wellness too. But also comes in supplementation and all of that, and eating clean and a green lifestyle, and all of that is very, very important to your overall success too. Now, I want to talk about business management and marketing skills, and I'm going to use a system that I've helped develop. Now, I've been doing development in marketing for over 20 years. Okay, I was on the internet when it was a adult site and Prodigy. And I opened up my one niche business on the internet the first day that you could do pay-per-click advertising. Okay, and you can read about that on LinkedIn. So I learned a lot. I was doing split testing. I was doing tracking before anybody knew what that was online. I was building lead capture pages before anybody even knew what that was online. Okay, so a lot of trial and error, a lot of school of hard knocks, practical experience is what led me to be able to do hundreds of thousands of leads and tens of millions of dollars on online sales. But every time that I've got involved in any project, let me get a little water here, sorry. Anytime I've got involved in a project, I always have the right tools, right? And I always have the right, understand the proper business management and marketing skills that I have to have. Now, I'm going to log in here, and then we're going to talk about some of the tools that help with the management in marketing. Let me go in here real quick and get this logged in here. And turn that off. Okay, so, all right, so in here, I've been involved in a lot of systems, and I have, I've developed a lot of systems over the years for different projects, right? So I got involved with the company that I'm partnered with on building this system called LeadRecruiter Pro, which is a generic system that will work for the home-based business industry, but will also work for any industry, okay? We utilize it ourselves for wellness technology, wellness solutions, and other businesses that I'm involved in. We utilize the system that I'm going to show you. In this system, the great thing about it is it has everything in one back office. Everything in one back office it has, okay? And that's important because you don't want to have a bunch of different back offices that you have to log into to do what you need to do. You don't want to have that, okay? Again, what I'm going to be showing you today, you can, get these different things at different places. It'll end up costing you about 5 times what the price that we have, but you can do that. You can look around. You can do whatever you want to do. But again, you need to have the basic business management skills and basic business management skills and marketing skills in order to be able to do what you need to do. Okay, it's very, very important. And then on top of that, you've got to have the tools. If you don't have the tools, how do you expect to succeed? Okay, you're not going to succeed if you have the tools. Don't have the tools and don't have the basic business management and marketing tools. Okay, very, very important. Basic management, business management and marketing skills, and the tools are important. Now, you look at the stats around the world, 80% of traditional businesses fail. Most people that are in network marketing never make the money back to make their auto ship or their product purchase every month back. But yet in the franchise industry, about 97% of those folks succeed. And the reason they do is because they have, first of all, they're given, a lot of these franchises have personal growth built in. A lot of companies are now getting into wellness because they understand all of that. They understand that people that are feeling better and are healthier or more productive, they're a lot more productive, and so they utilize wellness. Okay, they utilize wellness and they utilize business management and marketing training, but they also have a system built that is cookie cuttered and optimized for all of their franchise places. Okay, so everybody who buys a franchise, they have this set up and ready to go. So that is why they're so successful, because they have that support and they have that software, that marketing and business management software that is mandatory for all of their stuff. Okay. Okay, so that is a real important thing. So let me go through this a little bit and go and show you like basic management and marketing skills. You want to know how to make sure you know how to use a task manager. You want to make sure you know how to do a calendar like events. You want to do those things. You want to be able to set goals. You want to be able to set steps to get to those goals. All of those things are very, very important. Okay? They're very important. And in this system, we give you that ability to do that. All right? We give you that ability to handle that within the system itself. Also, we have the basic business management and marketing tools in here. And again, I don't want to get into a big in-depth thing with this system. I'm going to show you where you can do a review of the whole system, a video. But I just want to show you that what we've done is we've broken down the marketing into generating prospects, all the tools needed to generate prospects. Once you do that, you've got to convert them. All the tools you need to convert them. And once you do that, you got to duplicate your team. So if you're selling something, you're probably going to be building a team that's going to get commission on selling what you have, right? So you've got to stay in contact with them. You got to have webinar. You got to have conference calls. You got to do those things, and that way you can help support your team. Okay. That's really, really important. Then we have the training back here where we have training material. We have there's a conference bridge and webinar meeting room, but also we have webinars here that help people with building a business online successfully. Okay, so all of this is available besides having all of the tools like lead capture pages. Like if you go to, and again, I'm in a demo that basically is for home-based business, but the lead capture page is something, just to show you real quick, is something where you're giving them something for them to put their information. And then when they hit that, they see a video, or they get a PDF, or something's happening on the other side. This is called a lead capture page, and then they land on the sales page. Okay, so you should have this for whatever business that you're in, no matter what. So this whole system's set up to have all of the tools, all of the training, everything in one place to help people succeed. And again, you need to have autoresponder. You need to have SMS messaging. You need to have things that are tracked. Like this will track everything and build a hot prospect list. So very, very, very valuable system. And you want to make sure that, let me show you, let me go to LeadRecruiter Pro without going to the dashboard, because our subject, one of our subjects today. Okay, so if you go to the blog, and this is a place that I would recommend that you keep in touch with our blog, you know, keep your eye on it. Make sure that you connect with us, like us on Facebook. We're going to be putting a lot of information up there. We've got information up there now. But I'm going to be going over this today, how to write great articles in 5 easy steps. But also, I have put up a couple articles so far this year and last year, at the end of last year, that are going through the different steps that you need to go through. And you can go here and click on Mastermind Webinars, and you can watch a couple past webinars. You can learn about LeadRecruiter Pro. You can learn about an attraction marketing website. And this was a webinar that I did on November 19th about the full 4 pillars of lead generation. And then this one I did on December 3rd on the 10 easy steps to more recruiting. So you have the articles, but you also have the webinars here. So you can go back and watch the webinar here for free, totally for free. And you can then go in and see the actual articles and read these articles, okay? And these are very important. I'm putting these up in a sequence, okay, that you should start with the very first one that I did, the very first one, okay, watching that webinar on the 4 pillars of lead generation, all right, doing that, and then reading the article. Do that both. Read the article here. For some reason, it's not doing what I want it to do. So let me go up here, lead conversion, lead generation. You see how I have it broken down. Let's go over here to lead generation. So 4 pillars of lead generation. Start with that article and watch that webinar, okay? That is very, very important. Very, very important. And then go to the next one, 10 easy steps to more recruiting. And read that article and watch that webinar, okay? And then today, we're going to be going over the new one that I just posted on how to write great articles in 5 easy steps. Because let me tell you, it's so important for content creation and content marketing. If you're not creating articles, blog posts, updates, and all of that, branding yourself online, giving out that great how-to helpful content, letting people know that you're an expert in your field, in your niche, in your market, then people aren't going to get to know, like, and trust you, and they're really not going to want to do business with you, okay? This is a different world now that we're in on doing business. Very, very important those 2 articles and those 2 past webinars that I showed you, if you didn't attend them, then you should watch them, and you should definitely read this, and then read this article next, okay, after those 2. So, again, with the LeadRecruiter Pro system, we give people the ability to do everything under one roof, from management, basic management and marketing, to actual tools to do management and marketing, and then actual training to help with that, okay? So that's very, 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 very important. Very important, okay? So let's talk about today's article that we have up and what we're going to talk about here on this mastermind webinar. And then afterwards, I'll take any questions that anyone has. I'll look at your website if you want me to, look at your funnel and all of that. So I'm asking you a question. Do you want to build a successful business online? And I'm sure that most of you that are here today, the answer would be yes, that you really would like to build a successful business online. So in order to do that, article marketing, content creation is critical. Okay, and again, before you start doing that, absorb those 2 other webinars and go watch them, and also read the articles so you understand some of the foundational principles too. This article is about how to write great articles, okay? Because a lot of people don't know how to write great articles. They don't. And basically you have 2 ways to do this. One, you can attempt article writing on your own, employing some creative skills, or you can hire a ghostwriter to write the articles, blog posts, and other stuff on your behalf. Now, first you have to know the topics, right? Because if you don't know the topics of what your market is looking for and what problems they need the solutions to, then you're just going to be wasting your time writing the articles, okay? You've got to do the research first. So that's why step number 1 is identify target audience for successful business niche articles, okay? During this step, ask the following questions in your mind. Who is the target audience for the product and service that you have, that you're offering? And what type of niche content is suitable for your product and brand? Now, it's important that you start here, because if you don't answer those questions, you really can't move on to step 2, okay? You need to answer these questions, all right? And we're going to show you how you can gather some intelligence, how you can really fine-tune the topics that you're going to talk about. But you got to know who is the target audience for your product or service, and what type of niche content is suitable for your product or service. And usually it has to do with solving a problem. Your target audience, your marketplace has problems, and your product or service are bringing the solution. So you got to look at what they're talking about, the problems that they're talking about, and write contents that are presenting them with the solution, okay? And again, those 2 other articles and videos I showed you are very foundational parts to this, and you need to not skip them for sure. Step 2, choose compelling topics for your article. Now, this is where you got to do some recon, okay? And you got to think about this, and we're going to talk about that. So there may be several ideas about what topics to start with when writing articles. So you got to think about this from your audience perspective, okay? What would they be thinking about? What are they asking? This includes their problems, okay, of the customer. And you got to have a resolution to that, okay? You've got to come up with the resolution to their problem in this content that you're creating, and start thinking about that. Start listing down all the problems that your target market has and how you can come up with the solution, okay? Because what you're doing is you're building a content manufacturing library, right? You got to have what you're going to write about, and what are you going to do first, what are you going to do second, what are you going to do third, what are you going to do fourth, and start laying that out. Now, step 3, you're going to gather resources to address the queries of the queries of the target audience. Now, how can you do this? You know, where can you go to do that? Well, forum websites. You can go look at your competitors' websites. What are people asking them? Go to forum websites on your particular niche. See what people are talking about. Find out what their problems are. And then start putting together content that helps them with the solution. And where is that content sitting? It's sitting on your blog that's attached to your website, right? So LeadRecruiter Pro, for example, I'm publishing content that helps people build a successful business online. It takes them step by step. I'm doing these free webinars and I'm doing content for nothing, so that if they're going to utilize the tools that they need to do this, that they'll think about becoming a member of LeadRecruiter Pro and utilizing these awesome tools for this business. So you kind of can watch what I'm doing as I'm doing it and apply that to your niche, okay? So forum websites, real good way to do it. Find out the problems that people are having within your marketplace, within your niche, and offer them up the solutions, okay? Real important, okay? So next thing, step 4, drafting and redrafting the article. Once you have the topics, it will be time to start writing articles. Now you got to start writing them. And, you know, when you're, you know, again, a lot of people, if you're not going to write them yourself, you're going to utilize outsourcing, and we'll talk about that, a ghostwriter. But when you're writing, you just got to start writing. And then you can move it around, you can tweak it, you're going to go through it multiple times. Like right now, I'm writing the copy for a presentation, close to 3,000 words, okay? I'm still fine-tuning it. I'm still tweaking it. I've been through it multiple times. Now, this is 3,000 words. Most articles you're going to write are going to be about 500 words to 1,000 words, okay? But this is actually a 26-slide presentation in the wellness industry, and I'm writing 3,000, close to 3,000 words on it and going through to perfect it, then to send it to a voiceover person to do the voiceover and create a video out of it, okay? Everything, all content starts with the writing. I don't care if you're doing audio. I don't care if you're doing video. I don't care what you're doing. All content creation starts with writing, okay? The great thing about an article, you can turn it into a video. You can turn it into an audio, so you have more channels of distribution, okay? Very important. So once you have the topics, it's time to start writing articles, and you've got to write one article for each topic. Keep it focused on that topic. Very important. Don't put multiple topics into one article. That's not good, okay? It does not work. Confuses the reader. One topic, one article, okay? And again, you're going to go through and you're going to proofread it many times. I go through even my 500-word articles, even this blog article that you're seeing up here, which is 1,000 words. I mean, I went through it multiple times, okay? So you're going to go through it, but it is your reputation. It is who you are online. When you publish things online, this thing has my name on it, okay? It's important that it delivers value. It's important that it shows people how that you can help them with solving their problem. Very important. So again, step 4, drafting and redrafting the article. Then step 5, maintain the standard article format. Now, most people, they have no clue how to do this. They have no clue. So I lay it out here for you, okay? The very first thing is main headline or article title. This is usually best written after you complete the article. You know, you can read through the article, and then you can name it, okay? And then you can ask a question. It's always good. Name your article, ask a question, and then open it up, okay? Again, if you go down here, introduction, right? Introduction, okay? So it shows you introduction, main idea of what the readers will find in the article. So they're going to see your headline. You might ask a question, then they're going to get the introduction, okay? So this could be headline, and then you could do a subhead, or you could not do a subhead. It's up to you, all right? And then you got the article body, which you're explaining accurate information and presenting the true facts, okay? Very, very important, that introduction, headline, introduction, and then the body. And then after that, you're coming up with a conclusion or summary. And you're deciphering the key points of the article, and then you got a call to action and your message. So one of the things that I do here is I want people, when they read the article, when they watch the webinar, I want them to, you know, get into getting to know me better, and then also, you know, watch my webinar on the system. And if they need a system, which if you're building online you do, then I would like them to try my system, a 7-day, $1 trial. So my purpose is that, and my links are down here to give more free webinars to them. When they go into my webinars, right, when they opt in here, they're automatically put into a 12-day free email training. It shows them everything they need to do to set up online and get going, okay? So when they opt in, and then it also introduces them and uses LeadRecruiter Pro as an example. So when people get in there, some of them actually join LeadRecruiter Pro and become a member and start using it. Why? Because I'm giving this valuable content away for nothing. And it's valuable content. And they see it as that. Then they get the 12 email autoresponders, which are happening automatically in the system. You go to marketing, go to email campaigns. So when they opt in here, they automatically get these here, okay? And this walks them through how to set up online, how to get the lead capture pages in their lead magnet up, and then start driving traffic and start generating leads and start closing leads. That's the purpose of this. Most companies need that. Most companies that need a LeadRecruiter Pro system need this information even before they get it. And the information down here is very passive. You know, I'm not throwing LeadRecruiter Pro in their face. The emails are coming from LeadRecruiter Pro. And then down here at the bottom, I've got some registrations in the LeadRecruiter Pro system. And I use it as an example throughout in some of these emails, but all I'm doing is delivering great information to them, okay? So real important, you're trying from the article to get them to click on this, your lead capture page, which this is. It's a fancy one, but it's a lead capture page. And then when they go into here, they actually get the 12 days worth of autoresponders. And they get registered to a webinar like this where they can ask me questions, and then whatever we're training on that day, they'll be able to absorb that information, okay? So let's go back to that. All right, so resource box contains a small information about the writer and a web link you want the writer to go to. So here is that for me, okay? A little bit about me, a link to my LinkedIn profile where I keep up to date pretty good, and then access to the mastermind training. right? Opt in, get to know me better, see value in my article. Okay, you can start to understand what I'm doing, and you can apply it for any business. Okay, so let's get into proofreading and editing articles. This is really important. Okay, you don't want to put articles up there with the wrong, improper grammar and misspellings and all of that. You really, I mean, it might happen, but you really need to go through and make sure that you're getting this flow down. Use this as a blueprint. The only thing you might add to this is a subheadline. So this is the headline, and this is the subhead that I'm using as a question. And then my introduction. Okay? Right? So you can understand that what I'm telling you to do here, I'm actually applying to this article. Very, very important. Now, again, the proofreading and editing articles is very important. 500, right here, 500 to 1,000 words. And again, spelling mistakes, grammar errors, sentence structuring. You've got to get the flow of your article down. So in order to get the flow down, I used to, excuse me, let me get a little more water here. So I've been writing copy now really since about 1996. So that is what now? We're at 2017. So that's 21 years. And at first when I was starting to write, I would think and I would think and I wouldn't write anything, right? I wouldn't write. I would just think and overthink it and keep thinking it. And I wouldn't write. And I learned that that's a big mistake. What you're thinking, start flowing it on the paper. And, I would move paragraphs around. I'd move, maybe say this one would go above this one instead of under it. I restructure it. And I learned that don't sit there and think. Start writing if you're going to write it yourself. And there's great ways that you can get it written for you and then tune it up. But you have to explain it properly. When you're explaining, how to submit an article, you're going to talk to them about the keywords that you want to have in the article, like right here. Writing articles. Writing articles. Okay? Writing articles. Article writing. Writing articles. All right? So you have to let them know that you've got to kind of lay it out what you want. Now, the resource box you're always going to do, or you can tell them that what you want to do, but you give them kind of the layout here, the structure, because remember, I'll show you, you can find people on LinkedIn. I'll go through that in a minute. You can find people on a couple other sites. There's a lot of sites out there with writers, okay? But you got to structure how you want them to do it. You got to tell them what you want the article to be about, what problems it's solving, and lay it kind of out this way, all right? You lay it out that way, and you explain to them what you want there, and make sure you give them the keywords, and they can get going on your article, okay? Now, choosing ghostwriters from online resources. Once again, the great thing about the internet, whether you're using Fiverr, which I like Fiverr. I've got a guy on Fiverr that I utilize. Unfortunately, he only can write about 2 articles every 13, 14 days. Some articles I write myself. Some articles I let him write, but I detail out exactly what I want the article to be and the flow of it and all of that with the key phrases. I work that part out first, and then I give it to them, okay? If I don't write it myself, all right? If I have time, I do, and then I detail it out because I get what I want, and then I tweak it, okay? So it's really, really important to detail it out on answering, going in and talking about the headline you want, talking about the introduction you want, talking about the article body that you want, talking about the conclusion or summary that you want, and then the resource box. Again, you can look at my bottom and kind of, see what I'm doing, and you can tune it up for yourself. Okay, so ghostwriters. Now, if you're busy, Fiverr is a great place, but you got to be very careful with Fiverr because a lot of people on Fiverr are utilizing people. Now, this is the service here. They're utilizing people You can see my guy. This guy's great. So he is really good. You can see buy again. But he's got limited time. There's a few really, really good ones, and I'm sure there's a lot more. But you got to be careful because some of them are utilizing outsourcing to different countries, and the people do not understand English. All right, this guy himself is writing this article. Now I'm putting him up. Oh boy, look at that, 5-star rating, 4,725, 53 orders in the queue. This is his name. I'm giving you a very, very, very good resource. He can write any type of articles, but there's others like him. And there's other places to get an article written. Okay? There's other places to get an article written. But I utilize him. I really structure out exactly what I want. I detail it out, and I get what I want, and then I fine-tune it, maybe spend an hour or two on it, fine-tuning it, and I'm ready to go. Okay? And then again, sometimes I write them myself. So it depends. But when I'm not going to write them myself, this is my guy that I use. And I got a couple other ones, but he's the main one. Okay? So I'm giving you him. Even though I don't want him to have more work so that he can do things for me. Well, I do want him to have as much work as he can. I want him to be blessed. But again, he's awesome. I don't care if you're going to write about wellness. I don't care if you're going to write about lead generation, internet marketing, whatever, as long as you detail it out. You know, which might be a couple hundred words of detailing it out in order for him to give you a nice 1,000-word article. The more information that you give him, the less editing you will have to do. Because their job, ghostwriters, are to research it and do exactly what you need done that you're giving them the instruction. But giving them the instructions are really, really important, okay? Very, very important. Next thing is once you got your blog popular, and again, what's cool about content marketing, let me go back to here, is that you have your main site, right? So let me open this up, close this down real quick. And this is my site. This is where I want people to come. I want them to look on how it works. And that starts up automatically. What do you get? This shows them everything they get in the system. And you can apply this to, you know, what you're doing, you know, how you're going to be doing whatever, okay? Then I've got testimonials. Then I got FAQs. Then I have contact us. And then I got get started. And then I got my blog. And my blog is what drives traffic to my site because I post it. Like this one's already up on the Facebook page, but I'll be posting this one today. Okay? So all of the social media marketing I'm doing through my article marketing is getting driven back to my site where, yeah, they're on my blog page, but you don't think they're going to click. They're seeing LeadRecruiter Pro. They're seeing this great content. Some of them are going to click how it works, and some of them are going to sign up. I had to sign up today from my marketing efforts. Okay? I mean, and real quick here, right there. See that? See that right there? Do not reply, LeadRecruiter Pro, new member, okay? So it's really important that you do content marketing and do it on a blog. You got to do it on a blog, okay? And then you syndicate it to the social media. And you drive more and more traffic to it because, believe me, the more people you drive to this blog post, the more people that are going to opt into your next whatever or your lead capture page, and the more people that are going to be coming to your website and actually looking at what you have to offer, okay, and getting into your funnel. And then you're dripping on that great information to them. So once you've got that going and you become popular, you can then look at influencers or leaders within your industry. You can do joint ventures with them. You can get them writing a guest author to write a blog post on your website. A lot of different things you can do as you build your reputation. Very, very important. And again, That reputation comes from making sure the information you're providing, both in video, audio, and article, and again, remember, it starts with the writing. It always starts with the writing. I mean, I can't create a video without writing a video script. I can't create an audio without writing an audio script. So it always, what I love about article marketing and blog posts is that you always can turn an article into an audio, and you always can turn an article into a video like I'm doing right now, like I did here. Okay? And you're going to see more and more as I do 1 or 2 of these a month. You're going to see more and more mastermind webinars coming up that I'm giving away for free. I'm going to post on YouTube. I'm going to put up on Facebook. You're going to see more and more as I start really moving forward, because I've been very busy moving forward promoting the system. And you're going to see more and more examples. I'm always going to use this site for training, okay? But you can pay attention to what I'm doing, and you can duplicate it for your niche. Once you know those topics, once you've done the recon, you know those topics, you know those problems, you got those solutions, and you've got a great product or service with great value that can help solve them, believe me, keep the content going, keep doing what I'm showing you, and you will be successful. Okay? You will generate leads. You will convert those leads into customers and affiliates, and you will build your business online. Okay? There's no doubt about it. So let's go down. So we talked about ghostwriter. I gave you some resources. Okay? There's a lot of them out there. Article writing, content writing. Again, I showed you my guy, the best guy that I use on Fiverr. Then we talked about the guest authors. Okay, very, very important. And again, here I got some parting words on this article, right? Your content marketing strategy is an integral part of lead generation. If you're not doing lead generation with content marketing, then you're not building a business. If you're not auto-responding, automatic emailing people that get into your funnel, that opt into your lead capture page, and in past webinars I go through how to get better opt-ins. Those webinars I told you about, the articles I told you about to read before you implement this. If you're not doing that, you're not building a business. You're kidding yourself, okay? You're either going to buy leads or you're going to generate them. And really, the best way to do it is generate them with beautiful content that helps your target market. It helps solve their problems. Okay? Got to do it. Got to do it. You got to do it. If you want to build yourself as an asset and a leader within your niche, then you need to do this. If not, it's going to be very hard road for you. Okay? So again, then I ended up with my author box here. Okay? Having trouble speaking a little bit. I got a crown and my tooth is rubbing on my tongue. So excuse that. But again, and then as I share these, they start getting shared. I mean, I just started doing the content creation for this because I've been really busy building projects. But now I've got time. I'm doing the content creation. I'm going to be doing it for these webinars and piggybacking it. So what's happening? I'm doing the article, which, again, you got to spend the time to do what? Step 1, identifying your target audience, compelling topics. You need the topics for your articles. You need to get kind of recon. I go into forums and see what people are asking about, what kind of problems that they have in your niche that you can solve. You got to draft and redraft the article to make sure that it makes sense, that it's lined up properly. You got to maintain the standard article format. Again, very important. And you got to proofread, edit until you got it down pat. You can outsource with ghostwriters. And then once you've got a following, you can invite guest authors to write for your blog. So a very valuable article that now I've done a mastermind webinar on, where I opened it, and I always talk about the basic principles And then I always go through the articles and webinars that you should watch that follow up to the one I'm doing now. And then I get into the article. So see how easy that is? Now, does it take time? Of course, but if you're not willing to put the time and effort into your niche, into your target market, then how do you expect them to spend their money with you? They won't. Okay? They won't. So I usually try to keep these to an hour. I want to go ahead now and open up anything for questions. Anybody have any questions? Please let me know. I also have Mr. Smith, who handles the chat. He might have answered all the questions by now. We work hand in hand together. He's my assistant trainer on the Mastermind webinar. But if you have any, let me go ahead and go to it and see if do we have any questions before I close this first Mastermind webinar out for 2017. Many more to come. Great information. Make sure, again, you check our blog. If you want to know an article is going up, just like our Facebook page. Just like our Facebook page. Just go down to the link, click on our Facebook page, go to it, like it, and I will be posting both the articles and the webinars up there, and you'll get notified in your feed, right, in your wall feed, and you'll be able to know, oh, LRP's put something up. We call this LRP. LeadRecruiter Pros put something up, and you can follow us that way. So do we have any questions that I can answer for anybody? Give you another couple minutes, and then I'm going to call this Mastermind webinar to a close. Yeah, Jim made a good comment here. Different people like to consume content differently. Some like to read, some like to watch, some like to listen. Try all. Try them all. Yes, absolutely. And again, that's why you start with the writing, because the writing turns into the audio and turns into the video. So what's great about this video, in my webinar system, I can download just the audio. So I'm going to be building an audio directory here too. So besides the webinars, I'm going to have the audios in here too. Now I can distribute the audios through the audio distribution channels, and I can distribute the video on YouTube, and all linking back to my blog. And I'm going to get into that and show you exactly how to do that in future Mastermind webinars. So good comment there, Jim. Oh, the Facebook, again, say the Facebook page title. Let me go to that real quick. I'll give everybody that link. And it is our LeadRecruiter Pro Facebook page. Just like it, and then you'll be kept up with all the information. Again, last year, I had built this system back in 2015 with my partners, but I got tied up in a lot of web development for multiple projects, some as a consultant, some as a partner. And now I've got them to a point where I'm moving towards the end of 2016, got to a point where now I'm moving more into my mastermind training and promoting LeadRecruiter Pro and building that audience. So you're going to get a lot of great information from me in 2017. A lot of great articles, a lot of great mastermind webinars. And again, just take notes. You got everything up here. I mean, you're going to have the blueprint right here on our blog, okay? All for free, all for you, to help you. So do we have any other questions? Well, if not, I want to say thank you very much for taking your Saturday out. I really appreciate it. I know all of you that are on this webinar care about what you're doing. You're looking to build your business. You're looking to be successful. We're going to help you do it. Again, if you're working on something and you want to give me the link to it, in a future webinar, you want me to go through it, you want me to help you tweak it, absolutely, we're here to do that on these webinars. It's fun. I love doing it, and I love helping you learn how to track it, learn how to optimize it, and make it better and better and better. So again, thank you very much. God bless. Have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you on the next Mastermind webinar. Take care.